Howdy folks, welcome back to SnowRunner with Amur region on Cosmodrome. Um, if you remember, we just did the log crossing in the last one. The trucks from that are still sitting up there with logs on them. Doing the log crossing didn't unload the logs. In fact, I delivered all 3 loads with one truck. It still didn't take the logs. So that's what they're doing for now, just sitting up there with logs on them. I've got several things in mind for today, and I think I'll just explain as I move along. You see Rockslide on the screen. I have to go past Meteo Point to get to Rockslide. I've got to go back up toward those trucks and get on this. And it goes right past Meteo Point. That's where we ran through before. The last time we needed to come down to this corner. The only difference this time is I'm gonna get my metal beam from there, but over here by the church, this small Scout flatbed has one fuel on it for Meteo Point. Otherwise, you have to cross the river and go all the way over here to auxiliary fuel storage. And that bridge hasn't been fixed. Well, that bridge is part of the second half of this story. Taking another truck from the yard. Once Rockslide is open, I suppose I could even just keep using the Kraz. I'm in it. Go up here, get 2 spare parts for cliffside tree fall, and then go over to, I think it's this warehouse, for 4 lumber, and then 3 of the lumber fix old bridge, and the other one fixes church. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 jobs if I manage to get that far. So let's get rolling. This thing shut off while I was gone. I'm taking the Kraz because it has a big crane. And what's going to happen with that small Scout flatbed is the barrels of fuel are going to fall off of it. And then I will need the crane to pick them up and put them on the M747. I can guarantee the barrels of oil are going to fall off of that flatbed. One, I don't have a proper scout vehicle to hook it to. I could tow one down there, I suppose, but then I would end up towing it anywhere else I wanted to go as well, with the small scout flatbed hooked up, and the barrels would still fall off. Because that's what those do. The freight on those falls off. So I'm just preparing to put that freight on this truck, on this trailer. I'll hook it up long enough for it to fall off, and then I'll put it on this trailer and delete that one. This is a nasty bog. It starts to think it can just take off, and then realizes that it can't, so then it pauses to go back to first gear. There's Meteo Point. So that's like halfway or so to the other end. We still have to go all the way over to where the metal is. All this for one metal. Come on, I gotta straighten up or back up and make that turn a little wider. I'll just go over these boulders and then the trailer will clear. Just do some boulder hopping. This is a hard squeeze here. You gotta ride that little rock shelf on the right side, my right side, passenger side of the vehicle. This one you gotta ride up there and then drop back down, take a bunch of damage, go over that rock. And I remember trying to go through this with one of them pull-behind trailers, and all it would do is wad up in a ball or tip over or something. The dolly in the front of that 53-foot trailer would just wad up underneath it, underneath the trailer. And then the trailer tips over. I started going around that section through the deep snow, but if you're just not using one of those trailers, you're okay to go through there. Yeah, it's back in that corner, but we gotta go around this way. Or do I go down the middle? Okay. This is not it. This one is the long one that goes to the far end. And I've already grabbed these jobs. And there's the tank trailer that's always in the way. Actually, if it wasn't for the pole, you could probably go around the tank trailer, but I just knock it out of the way and go to the inside of the pole. And they added that repair rack looking thing to make this corner tighter. Metal beam. All right. Now we go get we go over by the church. Man, it's already dark again. I had it 0600 just as I was contemplating what jobs to do and whatnot. Geez, I didn't think it took that long. I think this is right. Yeah, we go across the bridge that is there. And then we grab the trailer. And then the pallet of barrels falls off and we put it on this trailer. Luckily, let's change over to Meteo Point. I was going to say, luckily, Meteo Point does not require the trailer itself, just one fuel. It doesn't care where you get it or how it gets there, as long as it does. I hate the ones that require you to deliver the product as well as the vanilla trailer that it was on before it fell off. Okay, I got to whip a Yui so I can get back out of here. And that's going to involve some tree smashing, fence knocking down sort of stuff. Again, since I was making use of it, I will make sure everybody knows that I have a mod, a manually installed mod. You don't just click to subscribe. You have to install it manually into the initial pack. A mod to knock the trees down. But it doesn't work on all of them anymore. When it first came out, it worked on any tree in the game. Now, well, let me say something. The only reason, if you're wondering why I don't just lift that off the trailer right now, is it's packed on there unless you hook up a scout vehicle and unpack it. So I allow it to fall off, then I can pick it up. Okay? Alright, now, Trees Dawn is the name of the mod, and two things to have it for yourself. You have to be on PC, and you have to know how to manually install it. There is instructions on the mod page, but you know, I've read the instructions and then done it myself, and the instructions aren't really all that accurate. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off yet. If it got there and where it is, that would be perfectly fine too. Save me the 5 minutes of picking it up and putting it back on this trailer. Nope, there it is. It did fall off and I didn't even notice. Oh, I started to say that, see, I didn't even hear the bands break. It falls off so easily. But you don't even hear the snapping sound. Release winch, go to V, delete trailers. Small Scout flatbed is gone. Now I can back up or whip a UE, whatever, and go get that. Close functions, take off the brake, and not do that. Come on, brake off. Turn the wheel the other way. Good thing I stopped to look. Well, my intention was look at where I am on the map, but also check that load. I'm assuming I'll be able to see it along here somewhere. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's way back there. And backing up to it isn't exactly working out so hot anymore. I expected to hear the thing come off, and then I wouldn't have to go back half a freaking mile. Some of the trees, whoops, some of the trees don't work so well anymore because the game has been advancing. This guy that produced the mod has never updated it. So it doesn't take into account all the new trees that have been put on the map. So what it does in the case of those newer trees is it will just bend them over and lay them on the ground, but they don't simply snap off. They continue to be a pain in the ass because they get under your wheels and they will lift your whole truck off the ground as they try to spring back up. So it's not the perfect mod that it used to be. But, you know, I guess that's okay. You get the use of the tree mod for 80 or 90% of the trees, and you have that 10 or 20% that is still going to give you, is still going to be a pain in the ass. And I guess that a person could say that that just more or less balances the mod a little bit. You don't have a complete free reign to just do anything you want. When you get into a stand of those trees that don't break off so easy, you still have a bitch of a time getting through. Alright, back to Meteo Point. This is taking too long. I know there's a path through here. Where did I got on it right there. It looks like you could go here, but that's the road. Well, it looks like this is the road, what I thought it was. It just takes a sharper right turn than what I was looking at. This yummy, gooey caramel they expect you to drive through. Chocolate caramel with white frosting. Sounds like a good dessert. Not so good for driving through. A YouTuber I was watching said something interesting. The developers, wherever there's a road An obstruction you got to get around. A factory you got to get in and out of, whatever. They put down what they call super snow, which is this practically impassable snow mud substance. He was referring to just making your own trails. He said they always put that super snow near anything that they want to make it difficult for. He said if you just go off cross country, well, there comes to a point where they just give up putting out the deep snow, and you can just cruise right along like you're going down a road, because they don't expect you to be out there. Let's go off of this one. Close functions and disconnected the winch line. Now let's close functions, take off the brake, and hit the wind. Yeah, this is a hell of a hill to get back up to Meteo Point. I really should be trying to climb that rock on the right a little bit more, probably. Here we go. Maybe. Yeah, and then you get the next one. Now you've got the added pleasure of trying to drag the trailer through the first obstacle. I don't know if I can get anything up there or not. I mean, that's gonna hold. Nope, that just broke right off. I need to visit the restroom. Alright, let's take another stab at finding something that will hold. That would hold if that's what I'm getting onto. Ah, it's pulling it over, so that must be the one. Come on, winch power. It's just too steep, too little traction to be able to drag the trailer over those obstacles. Ah, see there, the trailer just popped loose. When I ran back and forth through here on the public test server, I don't recall those obstacles being quite so bad. This was, I mean, with the exception of a couple of spots, this was basically a highway through here. And I suppose that's why they made it worse. Can't have anything too easy. Come on. Come on. It's my crane anchors dragging on the rocks. Okay. Meteo Point. I have nothing on my screen. Why, apparently I didn't start tracking when I said I was going to put it on Meteo Point. Apparently didn't hit the button. That's gonna happen more and more. Alright. Got Meteo Point out of the way. Do believe there's a contract to take that service trailer from Meteo Point to somewhere. So it's not the last time we'll be up here. Whoa, let's change this around so I can see where I'm going. Oh, even over here. Suppose a person could try to get up on top of those rocks over there. But I would imagine the developers have done something to prevent that. All right. This is a long time consuming road. We're almost 37 minutes in. We're not back to the main road yet. Long way to go to get a piece of metal. I'm thinking at this point, call it with Rockslide and go the other way in the next one. Shorter video takes less time to upload. And as I get these obstructions cleared, it will take a lot less time to get around the map. I held it half a second too long. Ugh. God, I hate that. I hate this new mechanism they have. Oh, this is cargo management. Let's try and get, whew, got cargo management. What do you know? All right, let's unload this sucker, get our reward, and go take a look at what it looks like with no rock slide. All right, cool. All right. In theory, I could record another 20 minutes. But what would I get done in 20 minutes with the bypasses and backways and everything that I have to use to get over there? So we'll save that for the next one. Call this good. Say thanks for watching and see you next time.